Sometimes the words we never say weigh heavier than the ones we do. Sometimes the silence we think protects us is the very thing that leaves us broken. This is the story of Jake and Emily, a story about a love so deep it was never spoken, and a silence so heavy it changed everything. Before we dive in, tell me in the comments, where are you listening from tonight? And have you ever loved someone but stayed silent? Jake and Emily met before memories were even formed. They were neighbors first, friends next. From scraped knees to lost teeth, from learning to ride bikes to chasing fireflies on warm summer nights, they grew up side by side. To everyone else, they were just childhood best friends. But to Jake, Emily was everything. She wasn't just his friend, she was the light in a world he didn't always understand. He realized it somewhere around 6th grade. One afternoon, she laughed at something silly he said, that kind of real, uncontrollable laugh that made her toss her head back and crinkle her eyes. In that moment, Jake knew. He didn't just care about her, he loved her. In that pure, innocent way where you don't even know what love is yet. You just know you never want to be without someone. But even then, fear was stronger than feelings. What if telling her ruined everything? What if losing her friendship hurt more than keeping his heart a secret? So Jake tucked the words deep inside himself and told himself there would be time. Time to find the right moment. Time to be brave later. High school passed in a blur of football games, prom nights, and late-night talks under the stars. Emily dated here and there, but it was never serious. She'd always laugh it off and say, "I'll know when it's right," and Jake would nod and smile and ache inside, wondering if maybe, just maybe, it could be him. There were moments, almost moments, where he could have told her. When she cried over a broken heart, and he was the shoulder she leaned on. When she won awards and looked for him first in the crowd. When she hugged him just a little longer than necessary, but still the words never came. He told himself it wasn't the right time, that she deserved the perfect moment, that he needed to be sure she felt the same. So he stayed silent, loving her louder in every hug, every laugh, every late-night phone call, but never saying a word. After high school, life pulled them in different directions. Jake chose a college close to home. Emily chose one halfway across the country. At first, they promised to call every week, to visit every break, to never lose touch. And for a while, they kept that promise. But time has a way of stretching even the strongest ties. Texts turned into missed calls. Calls turned into quick messages. Messages turned into silence. Yet still, Jake waited. He thought, after college, when we're both back home, I'll tell her. Then it'll be perfect. But life rarely waits for those who hesitate. Emily came home from college with someone else. His name was Ryan. He was funny, charming, smart. Everything Jake feared he wasn't. Emily's eyes lit up when she talked about him in ways Jake had always dreamed they would for him. Jake smiled, laughed with her, pretended to be happy for her, all while his heart cracked deeper with every story she shared. One night after a group dinner, Jake stood outside her house. The sky was dark, the stars hidden behind thick clouds. Emily hugged him goodbye, whispering, "You'll always be my best friend, Jake." Always. He almost said it then. He almost blurted out the truth. Almost told her that he loved her, that he always had, that no one could ever love her the way he did. But almost changes nothing. He swallowed the words, buried them again, and watched her walk inside, into someone else's arms. The wedding came a year later, a spring afternoon with blooming flowers and sunshine that felt almost cruel in its brightness. Jake stood in the crowd, invisible in a sea of smiling faces. He clapped when she walked down the aisle. He forced a smile as she kissed her husband. Inside, he shattered. Later that night, he sat alone in his truck, an unopened letter in his hand. A letter he had written weeks before, a letter confessing everything, a letter that would never be read. He knew it was too late now. That chapter was over. Maybe it had never even started. Years passed. Emily moved away, started a family. Jake stayed, built a life he never really wanted, became the nice guy everyone liked, but no one truly knew. He dated casually, but no one ever measured up to the girl with the crinkled eyes and the laugh that made the world seem lighter. Sometimes when the nights grew heavy and quiet, he would pull out the old letter, read it to himself, and wonder how different things could have been if he had just spoken, if he had just taken the risk, if he had just believed that love, even unspoken, deserved a chance. But silence had cost him everything, and all he could do now was remember. If you've ever loved someone in silence, you know this kind of pain, the kind that lingers longer than most people realize. The truth is, life doesn't wait for us to find the perfect words. There is no perfect time. There's only now. There's only the chance you either take or lose forever. Jake's story is a reminder. If you love someone, tell them. If you care, show it. Because someday they may be walking away, thinking you never felt a thing, and you'll be left with nothing but memories and a letter no one ever reads. If this story touched your heart, take a moment to comment below. Have you ever loved someone silently? Where are you listening from? I'd love to hear your story. And if you believe that true love deserves courage, tap that like button, subscribe to Fearless Motivation, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it today. Remember, love bravely, speak loudly, and never leave your heart unspoken.